How much can I contribute to the Thrift Savings Plan? Let's cash in.
Finance for the everyday millennial. Hard charging solutions. We provide an accelerant in the journey towards financial independence.
Today we're going to be talking about the awesomeness that is the TSP, or the Thrift Savings Plan. I personally love it. It is one of the better employer-sponsored plans out there. It's available to members of the military, to members of Congress, to federal employees. It's awesome. The scope that is all-encompassing within the Thrift Savings Plan in terms of who they provide services to. And it's awesome because of the amount of options available now with the TSP mutual fund window. I ended up creating a video on that a couple of years ago that's still relevant. So if you would like to go and learn more about the TSP mutual fund window, I'd highly encourage you to go find that video on our channel. But today we're going to be talking about the contribution limits to the Thrift Savings Plan. So we're going to jump right in over here on my handy dandy iPad screen, and I'm going to explain to you what the limits are and how to get there. So first you type in tsp.gov, it'll land you on the home page, and then you click on Manage Your Plan. From here, you click on Manage Contributions, and then Contribution Limits. And there you are. The contribution limits for 2025, and we are recording this in January of 2025, is $23,500. All right, that is traditional or Roth. The combination of those two, or if you're investing in one or the other, the limitation is $23,500 on elective deferrals. What does that mean? This limitation applies to a combination of traditional and Roth for uniformed service members. This does not apply to traditional contributions from combat zone pay. We'll talk about that when we get to the annual additions limits. All right, and what to know about it. Contributing from your pay before taxes allows your money to grow tax deferred until you withdraw it. If you make Roth or after-tax contributions, those contributions could be qualified and tax-free at retirement, which means when you take distributions, you don't have to pay taxes because you paid taxes on the money before you made the contribution to the Thrift Savings Plan. Knowing this will help you decide how much money to put away each year. My recommendation, if you can do it, hit the limit. We have a video on TSP, getting to a $1 million TSP balance. So please go check that video out. It's very informative. If you end up hitting the limitation every year, you end up getting to a $1 million TSP balance relatively quickly, right? And so the specifics on that are in that video. Again, highly encourage you to go watch it. We also have a free giveaway with that. And so again, go watch that video if you'd like to know how to get to a $1 million TSP balance. All right, so jumping back into the contribution limits. Right now, it's $23,500. Every year, the IRS sets the limitations on contributions. And from the trends that I've been seeing, they have been increasing the limit by about $500 a year. My expectation in the year 2026 is that the limit will be $24,000. 2027, $24,500, so on and so forth. So that is the current year 2025 contribution limit. Now let's skip over here to catch-up contributions and higher catch-up contributions. What are they? Who is eligible? If you are over the age of 50, you are eligible to contribute an additional $7,500. So you're able to contribute $31,000 a year to a tax advantage or a tax deferred, traditional or Roth, Roth or traditional, respectively, account. The reason why the IRS allows you to do this is because once you hit the age 50, you are fastly approaching the traditional retirement age of 67. You have 17 more years of contributions before the federal government expects you to look at retirement, exiting the workforce and living off of the contributions that you've made for the years that you were working. And so they say, hey, for folks that are 50 or older, if you haven't been contributing in all the prior years, we're gonna go ahead and allow you to catch up by increasing your limit by $7,500, totaling $31,000 a year. That's basically what that means. Then there's an even higher catch-up limitation of $11,250 for those age 60. All right, so in the years that you turn 60, 61, 62, and 63, the IRS catch-up limit is higher than the regular catch-up limit. In the years you turn 64 and older, the catch-up limit for you is the lower regular catch-up limit amount. So it'll go back to $7,500 as soon as you turn 64, all right? So the reason why this is so important is because, again, if the traditional retirement age is 67 and you're 60 and you still aren't where you need to be, the IRS is saying, okay, we will allow you to contribute even more money to your employer-sponsored plan to get you to a place where you can start to live off of distributions as you approach the traditional retirement age of 67. 7 years is not a lot of time, right? In order to allow compounding interest to grow that balance to a place that's going to be sufficient for you. But this is the IRS's attempt to assist you in doing so. So those are the two catch-up limits. One is taking effect when you're 50. The other one is a little bit higher, and it takes effect when you turn 60, and then it sunsets going back to the 50-year-old limit at the age of 64. The last limit we're going to talk about is the additional or the annual additions limit. So this applies to uniformed service members who are in combat zone tax exclusion areas. If you are in a combat zone tax exclusion area, you are allowed to contribute up to $70,000 in a year. And the additional contributions that you make above the original $23,500 has to be contributed to a traditional account, right? So the excess contributions go to the traditional portion of your account. So you can't do the full 70 in Roth, but you can do the first 23.5 in Roth, and then you can do the difference in traditional. Still a pretty great deal, right? So there you have it. The limit, $23,500. The catch-up limit, $7,500. The higher catch-up limit for those who are 60 is $11,250. And if you find yourself in or on your way to a combat zone tax exclusion area, your limit is $70,000. Highly encourage you to participate in that increased limit. And instead of coming back and buying, a new Camaro or F-150, you come back having set yourself up for huge success as you look toward retirement. My name is Cassian Nuñez. I'm a financial planner, real estate investor, and mortgage loan originator. I hope this content was helpful for you. If it was, please like the video, hit the notification bell, and subscribe so that you can continue to receive awesome content like this. We're not just talking about the Thrift Savings Plan. We're also talking about VA home loans. We're talking about VA disability. We're talking about military retirement after 20 years of service. We're talking about the blended retirement system as a whole. We're talking about education benefits that are afforded to you. We're talking about military funeral services that you're eligible for when that time arises. All these different things that are afforded to members of the military, we are going to explain it to you, all the financial ramifications of those things, all of it. And so I hope, again, that this was helpful. I hope that you can find some other content on the channel that's helpful for you. Until next time, this is Cassian Nuñez signing off.
The RINO Invest and Cash In with Cassian YouTube channels are hosted by Cassian Nuñez. Cassian Nuñez is a financial planner with RINO Invest Wealth Management. RINO Invest Wealth Management is a registered investment advisory firm regulated by the Securities Division of the State of Georgia in accordance and compliance with the securities laws and regulations. RINO Invest Wealth Management does not render or offer to render personalized investment or tax advice through the RINO Invest and Cash In with Cash In YouTube channels. The information provided is for informational purposes only, may not be suitable for all investors, and does not constitute financial, tax, investment, or legal advice. All investments involve a degree of risk, including the risk of loss.